the memories. The memories.
Hello, wonderful listeners, and welcome back to Ranks for the Memories. Dan and I are very excited that you're here with us. We love sharing this time with you. Before we jump into our fun and exciting ranking, I do want to spend 41 seconds of sappiness. Dan, I know you were safely tucked away in the Midwest, but we just got through Hurricane Helene down here, and unfortunately, a lot of our listeners did suffer, unfortunately. So if you are listening right now and you were impacted by Helene, there's damage, there's flooding. There a lot of small businesses are closed now and won't reopen. If you are one of those people, if you're listening at all, I don't know if you pray or make a wish at 11:11 or rub a crystal or light some sage or send happy thoughts in the universe, whatever you're doing.
Or give money.
Go ahead and spend a minute, please.
Yeah.
What's that?
Or give money.
Give money, yes. Whatever you do to make the world a better place, please put the many people who are suffering right now in your thoughts, please.
Yeah, I mean, what a crazy week for Floridians and even up the coast. Yeah,
absolutely. I've a friend in Asheville who I never expected to hear that he'd be suffering from Helene, but also Asheville got pretty nailed all the way up in North Carolina. So it's amazing to think the same storm that hit me, even you felt the tail end of it up there in the Midwest.
Yeah, we did. We had a nice windy day yesterday. We missed the rain, but they got it just a little bit east of us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a shame, but I know things will get better, and we'll enjoy. Maybe we can provide a little entertainment at this point.
I think so. And when life is hard, there's always a product on TV that can make it better.
Oh my goodness, that's a clean segue right there.
Well, that's why I get paid the big dollars for our podcast.
You're up to $2 a year salary for this now, aren't you?
It's actually zero.
Oh shoot!
Yeah,
zero.
Because we had to make some cuts with the strong headwinds.
The overhead paying for the theme music we have was probably pretty expensive.
It was I had to pay myself $0 for that one.
Yeah, we paid for it.
Yep.
I talked to Jed Bassett. Jed Bassett loves the AI theme song.
Oh, good. Excellent.
Yes. Shout out to Jed Bassett.
Nice. So
you were saying that we're going to rank the TV products that we've seen on TV.
Yes, the TV products. Would you like to go first, Eric?
I will go first. Yes.
And I will say right from the get-go, I fully approve of both of your lists this week. This is a little different. Normally I crap on you a little bit and make fun of your lists, but as I was looking over your rankings, I thought to myself, wow, this guy gets it. Something happened to him this week and he finally gets it. And so I have a hard time finding fault with your list. I just think you did a fantastic job.
This is our 8th podcast. I think I'm finally finding my groove.
I think so.
I had to get 7 bad ones out of the way for me to finally just get it.
8th time's the charm, as they say.
I can't promise that number 9 will be better though. I think maybe it's one of those bell curve things.
Right.
We're going to peak here and then just head right on back down with the next one.
One of those a broken clock is right twice a day sort of situations.
I think it might be once for me too. So yeah, once. I'm a blind squirrel sort of guy today.
Okay, well, go for those nuts.
A big nut. I think a product that was sold on television that just really just swept the nation by storm was the Snuggie. My 6th choice is Snuggie. I think everyone thought, how ridiculous, and then ordered one.
Yes, and its sister product, the Slanket.
That sounds wrong for some reason. Slanket.
Slanket. Have you ever owned one of these?
I've been married to someone who's owned a Snuggie,
Mhm.
and I marveled not only at the simplicity of the Snuggie, but then
Uh-huh.
like they came out with like the camo Snuggie for the people who were just a little trashier than needed something more than just the blue.
Well, the camo makes sense because when you're wearing a Snuggie, you don't want to be seen, right?
So
So
the Snuggie was pretty genius. I mean, how many people snuggle under a blanket, but then just throwing some sleeves on there, it somehow everyone thought it was stupid, and then also owned one coincidentally.
I mean, it's really great for when you want to be warm and also look like you're in a cult.
It really does, doesn't it? I never thought about that.
Like it's really
You're one Gregorian chant away from hating on somebody.
I mean, that's honestly one of the only reasons that I have never worn it in public because we did purchase a Snuggie. Um, I will, man, these things, they work on me and I know better, but I see these products and I'm like, oh yeah, this is going to make my life better.
When I lived in Plainfield, they had a as seen on TV store.
Oh,
Where the entire store was just as seen on TV products. It was glorious.
wow.
Yeah.
So yeah, I
The
can't
good old
argue
days.
with Snuggie. I think that's a solid product right there.
And if that's a 6, then imagine where we're going from here.
Holy cow. I think we just
Number
cured
5, Dan.
world peace.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I think number 5's product might cause world peace. Because it almost reminds me of the bonsai trees that people find so calming. Number 5, best product ever sold on TV, the Chia Pet.
Ooh.
Yes, the Chia Pet, because it had a great theme song, obviously,
Right.
simplistic,
Yeah.
eye-catching,
Yep.
Chia.
And you could translate it into Spanish, change a couple of letters, and it became a great swear word.
Ooh, will you whisper it?
No,
No,
but
just mouth it rolling out.
our Spanish listeners know what that swear word is.
I'm gonna research it later and use it.
Yeah.
Chia Pet was great, and just like the Snuggie, it realized it could venture out just a little bit, and you started having other like people's heads and different kinds of animals, and I think
Yeah.
Bart Simpson had a Chia Pet.
Now, if I were to find fault with anything on your list, and I certainly wouldn't, but if I were, I would say the Chia Pet has no purpose.
I think it's a pet rock with hair.
Yes. Right. And in that regard, that's why I can't find fault with it. However, I am impressed because they managed to market a product so successfully that literally does nothing except be some eye candy on your countertop.
And I think it's longevity. I think I can still find it available at some. Maybe it's one of those things that maybe just pops up around Christmas.
Yeah.
When you don't know what to get someone you don't like, and you're like, well, this is $15.
I've never owned a Chia Pet,
Nor have I.
but I see them.
I wonder.
Nor have I seen one in real life, actually.
Oh,
I'm assuming
that's
people buy them.
Maybe because you and I are such highbrow people with highbrow friends.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if is it can you kill it? Is it hard to I mean, it is technically a growing plant, I assume, right?
Oh, you can kill anything.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you could definitely kill it. I think it's pretty easy to grow, which is why Americans can handle it. Can you actually pet it though?
Oh. I think you could, and then it probably would immediately die.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Anyway.
All right, I think we've thought a lot about Chia Pet here, more than I ever imagined we would.
Right.
Dan, the 4th best sold on television product of all times is the Thigh Master. And I'm going to go ahead and give Suzanne Summers 99.9% of the credit.
Sure.
If you put any other spokesperson on there, I don't know if this is successful.
Yeah, I don't know.
She between her celebrity thighs and her confidence,
yeah,
I just think that it just became an iconic product. So congratulations, Suzanne Summers, for putting Thigh Master in our pop culture lexicon.
I mean, thighs and confidence explains most celebrities' appeal, to be honest.
That's George Clooney was voted best thighs in 1994.
Mm-hmm. And the chicken thigh is an underrated piece of meat.
And they went to chicken. They, when a couple of years ago when they had a wing shortage, I don't know if you noticed it, they started selling thighs instead of wings in many of those places.
Oh, and it's delicious.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, Thigh Master, great.
Thigh Master. I've never another product I've never owned.
Nope.
I would assume it's maybe more geared for women than but I've never really thought I need better thighs. But it definitely has a big success. Obviously, we've seen it time and time again on television.
And does squeezing your thighs that way really? It doesn't seem like it really works your quads. It just works a tiny muscle on the inside of your thigh too. So kudos for the marketing
for people who are going to be eventually in like UFC, maybe. Those like where you squeeze the person to death until they tap out.
Or if
that's the new market for Thigh Masters.
Or if they want a nice thigh gap.
Yes, thigh gaps. Those that I've heard good things about those.
We almost named our podcast Thigh Gap just because we both have such great thighs.
It was down between Ranks and Memories and Thigh Gap and Mouthfeel.
Thigh Gap and Mouthfeel would be great band names, by the way.
Yeah, I'm surprised that what's the name, Andy Dwyer they didn't change their band name to Mouthfeel at some point.
Mouthfeel, yeah. Be a good a cappella group.
Dan, the third best product ever sold on television is the Ginsu knife.
I've wanted this product for years, but never.
I also have wanted the Ginsu knife. And the funny thing is, we all want it because you can cut through a shoe with it.
And
it's not because you could cut through a piece of meat or anything. I mean, they showed you 4 different ways to use it.
Oh, yeah.
But it was a shoe that got all of us.
You could cut through a plumbing pipe.
It's just funny to think that we would just use it to cut up like our hot dogs.
Yeah, right.
But but they never ever told us we could do that. That we just could cut through all of the things that we never need to cut through.
I saw that on TV and I'm like, this is a metaphor. Like this is going to cut through all the BS in my life.
If you could like just carry like a belt full of Ginsu knives into your next meeting.
Oh man. I'm pretty sure some of my colleagues would find that threatening. But
until you cut through a shoe and they're like, oh man,
hold on.
Pan is so cool.
Hold on. Is this guy a ninja or is he professor? We can't tell.
What do you do with all the shoes that are in half though? That's the only, I feel like that would be maybe the one reason I didn't buy the Ginsu is I worried about, do I have to keep all the half shoes?
Yeah. I mean,
maybe you'll put it out in your yard to warn others, to let them know that you own Ginsu knives.
I mean, it's probably, there are lots of half shoes in landfills right now.
Thanks to the Ginsu knives. Because I'll bet they don't stay as sharp as they claimed.
No, I seriously want one of these. I bought like a cheap knife on Amazon and it wasn't a Ginsu, but it was like talking about how sharp it was. It was sharp. It was sharp.
And did it stay sharp?
Oh, yeah.
Did you cut through a shoe with it?
Not yet.
Okay. Yeah. I like that. The power of yet. Thank you, Dan. Mm-hmm. The power of yet. Maybe right afterwards.
Yeah.
And do you think if you cut through a shoe with your sharp knife on our podcast, would that translate to listeners or no?
Oh, man. There's so many people that need their shoes cut in half. Their feet have outgrown it. Or maybe they're struggling with a little diabetes. And
I thought you were going to say people who deserve it. Like, no. I don't like you. I'm cutting your shoe in half.
No, I was thinking of swollen feet from diabetes. That was a little dark, though.
Oof. Diabetes.
Let's move on.
The second best product ever sold in the history of the world on television. I'm very surprised I don't own this, actually. Mm-hmm. I don't understand why we don't all own it. It must not work. But the second best ever product is the Clapper.
Yes.
Again, great theme song. You got the Clapper, clap on, clap off, the Clapper.
Right.
I don't know. I'm not even trying to be funny here. It looks cool, and I don't know why we don't all own one.
It is really cool. And I think I did know a couple of people that had this.
Okay. Pluses and minuses.
You kind of need to walk around like a ninja, because if you make too loud of sounds, your lights go on and off, right?
Like you're getting into a bag of Doritos and all of a sudden it's like a disco party.
Well, and imagine you're watching Full House where they just overdo the laugh track and the applause tracks.
It's not too hard for me to imagine watching Full House since it's my favorite show.
Yeah, right. But those, you're watching a sitcom and like clap, 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 clap.
Oh, every once in a while your Alexa turns on and off,
right,
in a weird moment. I can't imagine your lights turning on and off in weird moments.
Or you're hanging out, you're rehearsing with your Latin jazz band in your living room.
Again, it's something easy to imagine.
Right, or your mariachi band, and someone brings the claves.
Yes,
that's problematic.
That's why I clave outside.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure most of our listeners do.
Yeah, and I think it is a little confusing with people who get diagnosed with a very specific STD.
I wanted the awkward silence to build as long as possible, but I couldn't do it anymore. Ranks of the Memories does not condone the clapper use in any way, shape, or form.
But if you know someone who has infected someone, you may call them the clapper.
Oh, it's not just claves anymore.
Nope.
All right, Dan.
Yep.
The very best, as seen on television or products sold on television of all time, is, I'm going to say the product name first, and I had to actually look up the name of the product because I did not know the name of the product. But the best product ever sold on television is Life Call.
Yes.
And you may wonder, why is the best product ever sold on television a product that you can't even name, Eric? Mm-hmm. Well, it's because every single person in the entire world knows the product. And because it's the lady who said, "I've fallen and I can't get up."
Right.
That's the Life Call. I've fallen, I can't get up, lady.
Mm-hmm.
She was on the ground for decades, I feel like. I mean, that Life Call commercial was on television for a long time.
Oh, yeah. She's still on the... No, I was going to say she's still on the ground, but then I was correcting myself internally and thought she's still in the ground.
Oh, poor lady.
Sorry.
But that was, boy, what a famous product.
Oh, man. And the jokes.
Yes.
How many comedians in the 90s just hammered that and hammered that and hammered that?
If that was out now, that's the only meme we would actually have. There would be no other memes in the entire world. If that was a product that was on television now, we'd only have the Life Call meme, and that's it.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that needs a resurgence on TikTok and Instagram.
Yeah, I wonder what it'd take, though. I mean, all these people, these teens would be like, I don't know what that is, and I don't care.
And talk about a useful product.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? Like, just think about how useful it is to have a device that if you fall, you can actually contact someone to help you.
And we're almost at the age where we are going to appreciate that product a whole lot.
Seriously, like 1 or 2 years.
Yeah, like I'm sure. Hopefully, you're like me, and you've had a couple of those, like where you lose your balance and then barely get it, and you're like, oh man, how many more moments until I just fall?
Yeah, you're like, and I'm in my 40s.
Yeah, scary.
I think now the little device is just a smartphone because people don't seem to even go into the other room without the smartphone in their pocket.
That's true. And I think I know the Apple Watch is doing amazing things now. I know it can detect if you're in a car accident. I wonder if they can detect a fall too.
I think it can. Yeah, I think it can.
I would imagine it can. That's why you need Apple phone. All right, Dan.
I'm ready.
Obsessed. I have a feeling that your products are going to be equally as good. Let's hear them.
They are not. So I was really impressed with your list. Like I said, apart from a minor critique of the Chia Pet, I really can't think any problems with your list at all. So number 6, a lot of mine especially in the first half are just products that I like that seem to work well. Number 6 is OxyClean.
Classic.
Classic. We still have some. My wife swears by it. It gets stains out.
It was a great commercial too.
Great commercial. Holy cow, does that work? Number 5, Swiffer.
Oh, yes. And you are into cleaning right now. That's good.
Well, I married a Dutch woman, and that culture is very clean and takes pride in its cleanliness. So much so that their parades feature people with brooms who sweep the streets.
Those are called witches, Dan. Witches.
Yeah. And you're like, man, this culture knows how to party. A good time is cleaning the streets. So the Swiffer, those 20 years ago, those were everywhere. People bought Swiffer. You can still buy them.
Yep.
You know, if you don't want to use a rag to clean up your floor, use a disposable paper towel.
And you don't have to bend over either. That's the best part.
You don't have to bend over, so you don't need your life call. Then number 4 is the Magic Bullet. Have you ever owned one of these?
Magic Bullet. We have a Magic Bullet. Yep.
You like it?
I don't use it because I don't like cleaning. I'm not Dutch. And any product that you have to clean, I'm not interested in. But everyone else in my family loves them for smoothies.
Oh yeah, and I will say they don't work as well as you think they will.
There's a lot of grinding. I remember I feel like I've made some smoothies with it, and you're like, this should be breaking up ice a lot quicker than it is.
Yeah, it's not super powerful. If you really want the power, you got to get one of those like Ninja, blenders. But it was pretty cool. So I put the Magic Bullet on there. And then number 3, Sham Wow.
Great name.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Great name.
They could have been like Sham Okay. Sham, they figured it out.
Those didn't test well.
And the reason I put this on high is because A, it works. So this is great for like wash or like drying off your car.
Yes.
And B, it's magic. It works better when it's wet. Did you ever understand that?
That's witchcraft, Dan. Witchcraft.
Yeah. I never understood that. How could this thing work better to dry off your car when it's wet than when it's dry?
I've never been into science, so I figure it's science, but that's as far as I can go on that. Have you figured out the magic behind it?
I think it's something with the word wow.
Oh yeah. Wow.
And the most impressive thing about this product is they managed to sell a product with literally the word sham in it. And we know it means chamois, which is a type of thing, but it's like if I was gonna be like wow, what a con product, and then I sold millions of it, that'd be impressive, right?
Oh, that one hit just right. Thank you.
Well, the next one's gonna hit wrong a little bit, and it's the pet egg.
Ooh,
Number 2 is pet egg.
I have to mute you while you talk about this. Ugh.
Do you know what this is?
I think I know what it is, and it's disgusting.
It's so disgusting. And it's so effective. Holy cow. So it's this little egg with like a cheese grater on like it's the egg's cut in half, and on the flat side where it cuts the egg in half is a cheese grater that you grate your feet with.
But where does all that stuff go?
It goes in the egg.
No, it doesn't.
You're right, it doesn't, because it always falls out onto the floor. And then there's just a little nasty white powder everywhere.
I think feet don't bother me, but cleaning feet or doing something to your feet really bothers me. And that gives me that skews me out a little bit to watch someone rubbing that on their feet.
Well, and then the other thing is the name, because as you know, pedo is a great prefix for foot.
Yes, it sure is. Obviously, that's what everyone thinks of when they hear that.
But it's got other connotations.
Other than foot?
Other than foot. And so whenever I'm asking for, hey, because I misplace things, because that's what I do. So I'll be like, hey, where's the pedophile egg? And it rings
Everyone
different.
loves that, don't they?
It rings different.
Yeah, it does.
So anyway, they managed to sell that with another weird name. Why they didn't choose foot egg or callus buster or something like that, I don't know. But they're like, let's get the connotations of one of the most hated, distrusted groups in the world. And
Well,
attach
it's
it to
because
our
they know
product.
if Americans love anything, it's Latin root words.
They sure do. Whew. That language is alive and kicking. Absolutely. Okay, and then number 1. Oh man, the shake weight.
Yes, I'm so mad at myself that I didn't use that one. Excellent.
I mean, I don't own one. I don't think it is any good as a product, but it's the funniest TV product in the history of products. I think it rivals I've Fallen and I Can't Get Up in terms of great jokes that have emerged from it.
It was an amazing product, an amazing commercial. And the funny thing is, I feel like it sold a lot of shake weights.
Yeah.
And I think we all knew it wasn't going to work, but everyone bought it, maybe just in case, maybe.
Did you ever know anyone that had a shake weight in their house?
I did know someone that owned a shake weight.
Really?
And first of all, it's awkwardly funny to watch because of the gyrating that happens on the commercial.
And we all know.
It reminds me so much of the exercise belt that came out in like the 40s or 50s, where you just sat there and it just like shook you.
Yes.
Like, it's not really working.
It's not working.
But it's sold millions, though.
It sold millions.
Shake weight.
And it looks
classic. I wonder if the Thigh Master
bad.
people invented shake weight. It just seems like a similar product, doesn't it?
It looks so dirty.
It's incredible. Maybe you could sell it to like maybe bartenders in training.
Right. For sure.
It reminds me of like when Tom Cruise was making cocktails in Cocktail.
Craps players.
There's a small market here where if you were a craps player who also likes martinis, you could still enjoy the shake weight.
I'm training for Yahtzee.
If you're a pet egg, you might like a shake.
Right. Like if you're asking for both of those products in the same sentence, so like the FBI is alerted somehow.
Oh yeah, for sure. This might be our last podcast.
Right. So, and then my runners up, special mention to the Bowflex.
Oh yes.
Right.
Chuck Norris. Wasn't that Chuck Norris?
I don't remember. I just remember thinking that was so cool and how it was just going to transform my body.
If it wasn't Bowflex, it was one of those online weight systems, but Chuck Norris did it. And you know how awesome Chuck Norris is.
It might've been Tony Little.
Okay.
With Bowflex.
Okay.
But it was, weights and gravity aren't good enough. You have to harness the power of the bow to build true muscle.
Just like our ancestors did.
Exactly. And then probably one of the most successful products is the George Foreman grill, which I think almost everyone owned.
Oh yeah, we still use our George Foreman grill.
You do?
Yes.
You like it?
We use it frequently. Yeah. It's easy. That's I think the thing that I enjoy it the most. It cooks something up quickly.
Yeah.
And then it's easy to clean up.
Does it have an on-off switch?
Yeah, you unplug it.
Oh, okay. That's why it sold so many, because it didn't. If it would have had an on-off switch, it would have confused half of the consumers.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh-huh.
Since we're on the topic of George Foreman, you know anything about George Foreman's children?
No, nothing. George
Foreman has 12 kids.
What?
And he named 5 of them George.
What?
He has one of his children is George Foreman Jr. One of his children is George the Third. One of his children is George the Fourth. He obviously doesn't know how that's supposed to work. He also has George the Fifth and George the Sixth.
You can just start naming it. You don't even just call them numbers, like number 2.
And he has a girl named Georgetta.
Okay.
Keep in mind though, he got hit in the head a lot. So
I feel like he has a healthy ego.
Hey, he has a grill.
He's
So what do you have?
nothing.
Uh-huh.
I'm not criticizing George Foreman anywhere.
In case he's a listener, we definitely think you're wonderful.
Even if
Please don't hurt us.
I'm assuming he's still alive, and I'm assuming if he's still alive, he could still kick my butt.
Probably, but I'll bet I wonder how much he weighs now. He would be able to hurt you if he could catch you.
Well, I mean, the grill does get rid of a lot of that fat, and the grease just oozes down onto your counter.
Which is exactly where you want it.
Yep.
Dan, I think we both nailed that one. I think you're right.
Yeah, I think there's enough products for us to buy for the next 100 years.
Lucky us. And now although after talking about them, I don't think I said any of the things that I want to go get now, except for maybe the clapper.
And the shake weight.
I think I'll be okay without the shake weight.
Okay.
Now, Dan, we were successful on our first topic.
Yeah.
Our next topic is also going to be a hit. Our crowdsourcing went nuts on this. Thank you, crowdsourcers.
Woohoo!
We are going to talk about childhood board games. Not necessarily games that are geared towards children, although it's okay to be that way, but games we played when we were younger, I suppose.
Nice. You want me to start it up?
Yeah, let's hear what are the best childhood board games of all time.
Okay, so, and full disclosure, I looked at your list and I agree with
Yes.
most of them. Maybe with two I disagree, but I had a hard time finding fault. Number 6 is the Game of Life. What a long game.
We played it a lot as kids, and I don't remember fond memories of it though. But a lot of people agree with you though. We had a lot of people share that Life was their best favorite game.
And I think one of the reasons I liked it as a kid is there's no skill involved.
That's very true.
You're just literally taking yourself on a journey, a materialistic journey where you look at your kids and you're like, each of these is worth so many dollars at the end of my life. And then the goal is to be the richest person, which resonates with a lot of people, like die with the most toys, die with the most money. That's why we both went into the careers we chose.
Yeah, obviously.
And I don't know, somehow
it's too stupid.
Somehow it manages to be fun.
I remember the spinner being wonderful. Maybe the best spinner in all of gaming.
Maybe it's the spinner. Maybe it's the fact that you have to put those little, pieces on the board before you play.
It was fun to put the little people in the car. I will agree with you on that.
Yep, put the little people in the car, get as many kids as you can, sort of thing. Mm-hmm.
What a sad. Is it also that it, like you said, it does mirror life so much in reality that it's kind of scary that how much we can enjoy it as kids.
It is kind of fun when you're a kid, for sure. And I've played it as an adult, and it actually didn't seem to take as long as I remember.
Okay. I remember agreeing with you that it felt like it was one of the longest games in the world.
Yeah. All right. The number 5 is Twister.
Oh, you must be more flexible than I. I have a hard time with this game.
Oh, no, I'm awful at this game.
Okay.
And always have been. I've never owned this game. One of the reasons I like it is because it doesn't have a lot of parts. So growing up in a house like I grew up, where people were not always neat and organized, if we had something like the Game of Life, within a month it would be missing 15 parts and would be basically impossible to play. So I like games where you don't need to have all the original parts. Twister, I loved, not because I'm any good at it, but because as a kid, it seemed like this was where the fun is at. Like this is what teenagers do at parties.
Okay, I'm glad you said that, because that's what I was thinking is like I would like, that's my idea of like when you're at home all by yourself, wondering what the cool people are doing. You're figuring they're playing Twister. That's so funny that you mentioned that. I just assuming that the cool kids are doing Twister at parties, and it probably was a lot of fun.
I mean, can you imagine some sad kid just at home like playing Twister alone?
Yeah, I'm imagining it.
Right. Solo Twister. Um, yeah, so I think I played it a few times as a teen. It was incredibly difficult. There may have been it may have been multiple genders, playing, which made it more fun. I don't think I've ever played Twisters just with guys.
That's probably a good thing.
So that
I would imagine. I feel like anytime you're with another guy, it becomes like a sweep the leg situation, though. Like you get one round, and then we're gonna just try to knock each other over.
it just turns into a wrestling match, right? And it seems like one of those games that teenage boys would be like. They have some girls over, and they're like, "Should we play Monopoly? No, let's play Twister." Wink, wink. So yeah, let's move on. Number 4 is Monopoly.
Speaking of hours of your life.
Speaking of hours of your life and learning which of your friends and family members is a competitive jerk.
Did you ever play with the people who, this isn't going to surprise you. My family had any rules we ever had growing up were rules to make everyone feel good about themselves while we play games. And then you go out, you exit out from your family to the real world, and you find out that Monopoly is the opposite of that. It's this cutthroat, kill or be killed, ruthless. Everyone has their own rules to make sure you survive and slaughter others. Monopoly was a scary real world reality for me when I left the nest.
And I believe the person who invented the game was kind of making it as a life lesson on the dangers of monopolies. And we turned it into let's get a monopoly. So we can screw over other people. And that's kind of how you make your money in that game.
Yes.
Now, I will say in college, some of my friends, we adopted rules, and I don't remember all the rules, but we could actually play a game of Monopoly in under 5 minutes because we adopted the rules. We're like, how could we streamline this so we could basically play the game in 5 minutes or less? And we figured out a way, and it actually made it really enjoyable.
I would imagine that would be pretty fun. Monopoly, Dan, actually got the most votes from our crowdsource.
Really? Nice.
So as cutthroat as it is and as long as it is, it also resonates with, I guess, happiness and joy for a lot of people too.
That's true. Yeah. All right. Number 3 was Battleship. I played a lot of Battleship.
Battleship is pretty fun. And it's nice that some games that you have to have 3 or more. It's nice to have a 2-player game.
Nice to have a 2-player game if you're a little more introverted or have a best friend. And there was all sorts of different variations. It was always the same game, but they had a car version.
Ooh.
Right? You could put in your car if you wanted to play.
Oh, yes. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yes.
And then they had a version where they had like lights that lit up. We could never afford that one. But it kind of looked more, electronic.
I think wasn't there a talking one too? Where actually, instead of the kid having to say it on the commercial, "You think my battleship." Wasn't there a talking one?
Probably. But those are probably for the same kids who could afford Power Wheels.
That sounds nice.
And then the best part of the game was it was so easy to cheat.
Whatever do you mean? I never cheated in Battleship.
Everyone knows how you cheat in Battleship. You just plot what they say are their points where they're, B4 or whatever, and you plot it on yours so you can move your ships around where they're calling out.
I'm glad I never played Battleship with you.
I think we probably would have tied.
Sadly, a lot of the games for me ended with me knocking over a board. So I imagine we probably wouldn't have ever finished the game Battleship.
You would have gotten along well in my family. So were you a clumper or were you a spreader outer?
I would do a little bit both. You'd have 2 or 3 that clumped, and then you ride the rails on the edges on the other ones.
It's good strategy,
The
right?
clump, though, it never worked, though, because then that just gives you a huge target of an easier target. I guess the only thing is that when you hit it, it was confusing because you wouldn't necessarily know what you're hitting.
So like, what am I hitting? Yeah.
What was your strategy besides cheating?
Probably, I think it was usually a combo strategy as well. I would clump some, and then I would take my little ships and put them out in the desert somewhere.
Yeah. Oh, that 2-person, is that the sub, maybe?
Oh, so hard.
2-person one is, forget about it.
Oh, yeah.
Cruiser, I forget.
Number 2 is Don't Break the Ice.
Oh my goodness. I know the game, but I've never played Don't Break the Ice. Not once.
It's fun. You set up the ice and then you chip away at it with this little hammer. So, and I will say my favorite childhood board games are action games where you can, hit a hammer, or you can, I'm not going to steal your thunder, so I'm going to wait till you share one of yours. But Don't Break the Ice. It's a lot of fun, and there's an exciting end to it.
Don't Break the Ice. I'm going to have to try this one.
Try it out. I'm sure you can get it at a thrift store, or it's probably at your elementary school.
Probably is.
And then number 1, Crossfire.
Daniel, I've never been so jealous of your list in my entire life. My brother and I had Crossfire, and we played it nonstop. And until you just now said it, I had totally forgotten about Crossfire.
You have this game.
Crossfire is amazing.
We've played this game.
You and I have played Crossfire together?
Last time I visited you.
I'm in the room where it's in the closet. I'm looking at it right now. It's so funny. That's how much I forgot about it.
Yeah, and it takes forever.
You're so skilled. Will you tell our listeners what Crossfire is? Because they're all jealous and hoping to find it on Amazon right now.
Well, because you're looking at it, I'll let you tell them.
All right. Crossfire is an amazing game. It's a large, hard plastic game board, and you face each other, and you have a gun that's attached to the board with metal BBs.
Yeah.
Yes, and there's different pieces in the middle of the game board, and your goal is to shoot the pieces into the other person's gutter, shooting the pieces across the board into the other person's gutter, but they're obviously doing the same thing at you.
Yeah.
So it's this frantic, just fast-paced game where you're constantly shooting and loading and shooting and loading and swearing and screaming and just sweating. It's a frenzy game.
I mean, it should be an Olympic sport.
Crossfire, yes.
I feel like Americans would dominate in that.
Wonderful choice. Now, did you just choose that because you and I played together, or is this a game that you have enjoyed throughout your life?
I'll be honest, I never played it until I visited you in Florida.
Crossfire.
And I wish I would have had this as a kid. When I played this as an adult, I remember enjoying it and thinking, why didn't I know about this? This would have been something on my birthday list.
Yeah, my brother and I played it quite a bit. Crossfire. Good choice. Good number 1. Available probably on Amazon right now.
Probably.
Please, listeners, go find it. Well, Dan, your list is nearly perfect. Good job.
Mm-hmm. Thanks.
Now let's hear the perfect list.
Okay.
The perfect list. The 6th best children's board game of all time, or board game we played as children. Mm-hmm. Chutes and Ladders, maybe also Snakes and Ladders. I looked it up. It's as old as 2 BC, invented in India in 2 BC.
Oh.
I liked its simplicity. But it was simple, but also kind of exhilarating. You had, there was things that slowed you down and things that sped you up, shortcuts and long cuts. It just was a very fun game, but simple, and you're just rolling and moving and rolling and moving.
And all luck.
Absolutely. Yeah. No strategy at all.
Great.
Which I think you kind of find, for someone, sometimes it's nice to have something where you don't have to think about it. You're just doing it.
Yeah. I mean, it's great. It's one of the only games you can play with a kid under the age of 3.
That's very true.
Uh-huh.
As well as my third choice, which we'll get to in a minute.
Nice.
Yes. But let's go to a game that you cannot play with someone under the age of 3. The 5th best board game of all time as a child still is Connect 4. Still play this to this day. Connect 4 is a great game. Some strategy, but then also you there's some just plunking and blocking too.
Yep, it's a great
Connect
game.
4, very fun game, and so satisfying when you're done, especially if you've won and you slide the little slide and everything just crashes into the out of the game board.
Oh, that's the best.
Connect 4, very, very fun game.
It's a great amount of thinking because it's not so your brain isn't as worn out as it is after trying to play chess.
Yes,
but it's not like Chutes and Ladders where it's just like so boring.
Exactly.
If like your brain's not engaged.
And they're quick games too, which can be nice sometimes too. To be playing something for just a minute or two.
Yeah, absolutely. Have you ever tried changing the rules?
No, tell me more.
Like trying to play like Connect 5.
Oh my goodness gracious. That sounds like it would never ever happen.
Or Connect 3.
Connect 3 can happen with your eyes closed.
You got to be real vigilant.
I'm not sure if I have the fortitude to play Connect 3.
Yeah.
That sounds like a wild roller coaster I can't handle.
It's kind of crazy. Or we've played sometimes. We'll mix it up. You can see I don't like rules.
Yes.
We'll be like, you can place 2 coins at the same time.
I would like to do that and play Connect 2.
There you go.
And always go first.
Always go first.
Dan, the 4th best childhood game of all time is a little bit perplexing because in its original form, not one of the best 6 games ever. But in giant form, it becomes the 4th best game of all time, and that is Giant Checkers.
Ooh.
If you've ever waited in line at Cracker Barrel, you've played Giant Checkers.
Checkers.
It's the checkers are about as big as like a shuffleboard disc.
Wow.
And you never waited in line at a Cracker Barrel, apparently.
I mean, I remember the little triangle peg game.
Yes, that's at the table. But
I don't remember Giant Checkers.
Giant Checkers. Sit down for this, Dan. It's checkers,
What?
but it's giant.
Whoa.
Yeah. So same rules, although you probably changed the rules. But now you're dealing with these, giant, the bigger than your fist checkerboards and checker pieces, and it just makes it a lot more satisfying to jump and king someone when you're doing with giant checkers.
Now I like this idea because checkers by itself is not one of my favorite games.
Yeah, nor mine.
But I feel like if you put giant in front of any of these games, they're really fun. Like Giant Connect 4.
Giant Connect. Actually, have you seen that people do that with basketballs and soccer balls and things like that?
Really?
I've played basketball Connect 4 at one of those local video game amusement park Dave and Buster type places.
And I feel like Giant Chutes and Ladders would legit be like an amusement park.
That would actually, it would be like almost like the game show Funhouse when we were kids. Mm-hmm. You actually do have to go up ladders and down slides.
Or Giant Battleship. That's what they call war.
They made the movie Battleship and it failed pretty spectacularly.
Hit.
Miss.
Giant Life would be fun. You'd actually have to, it could be like a big corn maze or something that you
Yes, it would be.
Walk around it.
And imagine how hard it'd be to put a life-size peg into a plastic car.
Don't Break the Ice we call childhood. And then Crossfire we call going to a public high school. Sorry.
Oof.
Okay.
Tough one.
Tough crowd.
Now,
sorry, that was dark.
It was dark. Yeah. But we could do Giant Clue. That'd be an escape room, right?
Oh, there you go.
Which, shout out to Clue. Neither of us chose Clue, but it was the second most chosen game in the crowdsource, on with Trouble.
Ooh.
Which, if you remember, had the Pop-matic bubble. So I wonder if that's why people like that, just because they like pushing the bubble.
I'm almost positive. In fact, I wish you could just buy those things.
Just a Pop-O-Matic bubble.
Yep.
That'd be nice.
Mm-hmm.
Dan, the third best childhood board game of all time is another one that you can play with children.
Yep.
Illiterate children even.
Oh, good.
Yep, which many of them are.
So my
And
kids.
it's Candyland.
Oh.
Candyland. Here's a fun fact for you. It was invented by a school teacher
Nice.
in World War II time, and she was suffering with polio, and not only was she, but I was just sweeping the country at the time,
Yeah.
and she noticed that that this was making a whole generation of children in hospitals without their families. And so she invented a game that could be played by children independently without adults and without, reading skills. So it's all just color based.
Wow.
And she invented Candyland for polio, patients with polio to play in hospitals.
That strategy you used of using a story which tugs at my heartstrings effectively keeps me from making fun of it.
Close call, right?
I know, because I don't like playing Candyland, but hearing that, this is a game kids can play without adults, that makes me really love it.
And then I read an article that Milton Bradley immediately sold a lot because this was, again, around World War II time where all of a sudden parents are realizing that they would love a little time without their children. So even if their children don't have polio, they can throw a Candyland down on the ground and have a few minutes to go make a casserole.
And now we're confronting an obesity epidemic in young children. They're going to turn into like Vegetable Land.
Vegetable Land did not sell nearly as well as Candyland did.
Yeah, kids, who would have thought kids don't like playing games that involve them eating vegetables?
Probably part of the problem was that every single vegetable is green. So you couldn't like move to a green square, but that was it. The entire board game was just green.
I feel like this would be a really fun game if every time whatever candy you drew, you had to eat.
That would be nice.
Uh-huh.
Expensive, but nice.
That would be Giant Candyland, where you actually like get the candy.
It would be made by dentists.
Uh-huh.
Candyland, third best game of all time. The second best game of all time, I even feel guilty saying it's second because of how wonderful it is.
Yeah, I feel like it almost needs to be first.
Yeah, I'm regretting it almost. But it's a game I never had, and so maybe that's part of why I loved it is because I would just crave playing it at my friends' houses.
Yep.
Hungry Hippo.
Oh man,
what an amazing game!
It's got everything you need.
Strategy. You're just slamming your hand down on the trigger, but so much fun and so satisfying to see that hippo neck crane forward and scoop up balls. It's a fun game.
There's so much strategy, Eric. If you choose the wrong hippo, like some of them just don't work.
Like if the board is concave enough where the ball just isn't naturally rolling your way. Is that what it is?
It's got to be on a flat surface, right?
Yes.
So if it's leaning one way, that's an advantage. Some hippos, their mouths never fully open, so it just pushes the ball.
Oh no!
You've seen this. You've experienced this. I know. You know why your parents probably didn't buy it?
Because it's loud and annoying.
It's probably the loudest game on the list.
Plus, also we only had 2 kids, and that's a 4-player game.
So imagine the noise of Crossfire or of Twister if popular teens are playing.
I'm positive that Crossfire was not given to us by our parents, but it was bought by like an evil aunt or uncle or someone that just wished malice on my parents.
It's like the sound of Connect 4 chips dropping the entire game.
I would like to get my dad on here to talk about how loud Crossfire was at home. Actually, I don't want him on here because he won every game we ever played in the history of my lifetime.
Uh-huh.
So I'm positive that he probably won all the Crossfire games he played too.
Well, was he an engineer?
He was he was a chemist.
Okay, but he's got a scientific mind. So
he's very scientific. Yes.
Yeah.
He probably had angles or something. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So here's I feel like Hungry Hippos and Monopoly share a commonality, and that's greed. And I think you can combine the two. I think the way to start Monopoly is first you play Hungry Hippos, and whoever gets the most marbles gets that number of properties to start.
Ooh, that's nice.
Speeds up the game. Plus, it rewards your hippo greed.
I like that. I think Hungry Hippo could, instead of rolling the dice to find out who goes first in any game, you should be Hungry Hippoing everything to find out who goes first.
In fact, replace the dice with those marbles, and however many you chomp is how many you get to go.
This is what a good game it is, that we want to replace everything in the world with Hungry Hippo.
I feel like we need to somehow incorporate Hungry Hippos into all of these games and make them super games.
Now, I wonder why we're both agreeing that it's an amazing game, but are you seeing it everywhere? Like, it's not as much into our pop culture as we would think, though. No one's wearing Hungry Hippo T-shirts, and
no.
Do your kids or kids' friends have Hungry Hippo?
We did when they were little. I don't know if we still have it. I hope we do. I'm going to look for it right after this podcast. And then, but there is right now trending online is a pygmy hippo that everyone's talking about.
Oh yeah, pygmy hippos.
Yeah,
but kind of a waste though, because they can't eat as many plastic balls as a regular size hippo.
That's true. Yeah.
Yep. Did you know that a hippo is the most territorial and dangerous of all animals?
Other than humans?
Yes. If a hippo with opposable thumbs would be the most dangerous creature of all time.
Oof. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And yet they look cute.
They do.
Uh-huh.
And they don't swim. They jump off the floor of their water.
Wow.
They float, I guess. They just go. They fly through the water on their propelled by their feet.
Ooh, and
not
there's
actual swimmers though.
One of the best rap songs was about the hip hoppopotamus.
I think I remember that song.
Yeah, really good.
The only rap song about animals I liked better was a song about bears.
The bear song. Yes.
We should play that. Can we stick that on the end of one of our of a podcast?
Absolutely. I will
maybe
put
at
that
the end of this one.
I'll
Stay tuned after podcast number 8, Rings to Memories, for a bonus track called The Bear Song.
I will put the bear song at the end of this podcast. Yes.
Thank you very much. Mm-hmm. Stay tuned, listeners.
Okay.
And stay tuned for the best children's board game of all time. As I'm looking at this on my list, I'm realizing, yes, I did make the right decision. Even better than Hungry Hippo is the greatest board game of all time, Mouse Trap.
Yes.
Mouse Trap is an incredible game because you're building this elaborate device the entire time. This kind of this elaborate device, and as you move around the board, you're adding pieces and anticipation to the game, and eventually you make this really, really fun contraption that what was the name of that inventor who was, I think, a cartoonist, right?
The Rube Goldberg machine.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
It's a Rube Goldbergian invention where you turn the crank and it knocks over a ball and it hits a diver and it rolls, kicks a foot, and 34 steps later, you may or may not drop a trap onto a mouse.
Yes. And 15% of the time it works.
Yes. 15% of the time, it was fun 100% of the time.
Yeah. Now, here's a question. How often did you actually play the bona fide game, and how many times did you actually just put together the mousetrap and see if you can get it to work?
I'm going to say I played the bona fide game one time in my life, and I've built the mousetrap with glee 1,000 times in my life.
Right. So here's my only quibble with this being number one is the gameplay itself actually kind of sucks.
I wouldn't know because I've only done it once.
Exactly. So I feel like you just like this contraption.
I do.
Which I totally agree with. It's the best contraption.
It's the only contraption.
Yeah.
Nowhere else was I ever given a contraption that I can build as part of my childhood toys.
I think you're right. It's the only contraption, to use that word several more times. Like, how many things were complicated enough that they would be considered a contraption?
But still buildable though.
You could build it. You needed a rubber band.
The anticipation and fun was just it was unparalleled. The excitement as you hoped maybe you might be able to catch a mouse.
You owned this game?
I owned it as a child, and I immediately bought it for my daughter, and we still own it to this day.
And the reason my family would never, we may have owned it, I don't know. But the reason I never put the mousetrap together at my house was because we would have been missing pieces.